Good evening. It is Friday, the 11th, and it is now 6:45 in the UK. So if you're watching this from anywhere else, hopefully you're out of bed if you're in America. I guess you must be by now. Or if you're maybe going to bed if you're ahead of me the other way. But I just wanted to very quickly just jump on here to talk about anxiety and children. It comes up now and again for myself. I do see children and help them with various issues. And I find that anxiety seems to be really on the increase with kids. But I just wanted to share a quick tip with you. If you've got some children who suffer from anxiety or who are struggling with anxiety, whether it be in the form of not wanting to go to school, or maybe wetting the bed, or maybe wetting themselves during the day, all these different issues, anxiety can play a role. It might of course be something completely different, and obviously the first thing you need to do is check with your GP, make sure there's not a physical reason for those sorts of things. But anxiety in children is definitely on the increase, and even with very young children. So I want to share with you a quick tip which you might find useful, and it's actually really simple. You don't need to be a hypnotherapist to do this, you don't need to be qualified. It's something that just helps the children identify with what they're dealing with and gives them a way to visualize it. And of course, as you know, and I know, kids are brilliant at visualizing things. If you give them a cardboard box, it's the best toy they've had in years, and yet if you spend £100 on a gift, they don't really want to play with it. So the best thing they've got, the best weapon they have to defeat any anxiety, is their mind and their amazing imaginations. Now, how do you do it? It's really simple. Children love drawing, they love colouring, they love using that creativity. So the tip is, if your child is suffering from anxiety of any form or type, what can really help them is to visualise that anxiety as a something and draw it, paint it, get it down on paper, get it out of here and pop it onto a page. And all you have to do is ask them, sit down with them and say, you know, okay, because it's quite difficult, because if it's something like bedwetting, or if it's something that, you know, maybe some other issue, obviously a bit of tact and a bit of diplomacy, make it fun, make it interesting, but tell them that you might have a brilliant solution for them, and are they willing to give it a go? And if they are, it might change their life for, you know, for the better, etc., etc. And get them to sit down and draw their anxiety, and it's amazing. You'll love what comes out. But asking a child to draw their anxiety, if I asked you to draw your anxiety, you'd probably write the word anxiety and maybe a few things around it. But children are better than us. They're brilliant. You get them to draw anxiety and they'll come out with dragons, angels, devils, spaceships, monsters, dinosaurs. It's incredible. But the idea is to get them to draw their anxiety as they see it in their head onto the page, and get them to draw as much detail as they can, and maybe some words to describe how they see that anxiety, and then give it a name. Name it. So if they've drawn a dragon, name it. Get them to give the dragon, their anxiety, a name. And this gives them a bit of connection and ownership, and it also helps them connect to maybe things they don't understand or yet have a chance of understanding with the way they feel, because emotions in a child are still developing. I think, to be honest, a lot of adults are still developing emotions. I know I struggle with things sometimes, but this just allows them a way of visualizing it and getting it onto paper, and then they can associate with it. And then once you've got them to draw anxiety on the page and got them to write some words to describe what it is and how it affects them and how it makes them feel, get them to name it and put a name on the page. And once they've got anxiety drawn and they've got a name, you can tell them that when they feel like that, or those things make them feel that way again, they can have a conversation in their head and tell Bob, for example, Bob the anxiety dragon, they can tell Bob that they don't want him anymore. That actually Bob is misbehaving and he needs to go and stand in the corner, and get them to imagine they're taking Bob the anxiety monster and they're just going to put him right at the back of their mind where they can forget about him for the day. And you will be amazed at what that does. it's actually more powerful than it sounds. Now you can do it as an adult. It can be helpful. You know, it's one of those strange things, but children, they have that imagination, they've got that ability. So get them to use it. And what you'll find is once they can make that connection, they can associate with that, and they've given anxiety a name, and they can see it and they can visualize it on a page, it becomes something they can deal with then. Because when it's just a thought or a feeling or emotion which they're maybe not old enough to understand or to have developed a mechanism to compensate, the best thing is to get them to physically present it on a page. Once they've got that physical drawing, they've got that dragon, they've got that name, they can deal with it. They can talk to it, they can tell it to go away, they can tell it it's naughty, they can put it on the naughty step if you like. Anything that they think is effective, and you'll be amazed what that can do. So it's a really simple thing. Have a chat with them, make it fun, make it really enjoyable, make it positive. All positive words, all great words, all the great things that it can do. And have them draw their anxiety and join in, give them coloured pens, pencils, crayons, and the glue things on it, that's fine. And then they can keep that as a reminder, and every time they get upset or that anxiety is causing a problem, they can go and tell Bob the dragon off, or tell him to basically leave them alone for an hour and just give them a break. And they're literally, what you're teaching them is to take that thought and be able to just push it away or park it somewhere, and the results can be spectacular. Now it might not be overnight, it might not be that suddenly tomorrow it's all sorted, but it will have an effect, and it is a positive effect. And you can find unique ways of doing this, and the next step might be, you know, okay, let's build Bob the anxiety dragon, and then you could have them imagine that they're having a battle with him, and the anxiety is trying to fight back, but they're in control. And how could you beat Bob? How could you destroy the dragon? And let them destroy the model and break it down, and show them that they can control it. And it has, again, that impact, that connection to help them wire that part of their brain. And it can be great fun. It can be great fun. You know, it doesn't have to be like a therapy session. It doesn't have to be they have to do it right or wrong. It's just the fact that they enjoy it and they can visualize it, and it helps them connect that emotion and feeling to something physical, as opposed to just a really bewildering feeling that might be upsetting or stressful or scary even. So that's the top tip. Give that a go. I think the kids will love it. They'll probably have more fun for you. You'll probably have more fun than the kids, actually. But don't overdo it. Don't get involved and draw your own dragon. Or if you do, just keep it nice and don't make it too scary for them. But there we go. Okay, so take that, give it a go. And obviously, if you want to, share that with your children so they can have a listen to me, that's fine. They can do that. I'm not swearing on this one. I've been told off for swearing. Well, I haven't, but someone said you can't swear in a live feed. But the trouble is, I get so into it. I love doing it so much, and I love getting the results. And I just find myself getting so passionate about trying to get these things over to people and get them to realise they can help themselves and they can change things, that sometimes the odd word, whoop, it comes out. So you have to excuse me for that, but I will try and keep that to myself. That's my dragon. That's the one I have to deal with. So anyway, okay, enjoy your weekend. Have a fantastic weekend. Hope you've got something exciting planned. If not, even better, take some time out to yourself. Take 5 minutes and enjoy a bit of peace and quiet. So anyway, I'm now going to go and cook my supper because I'm starving. The kids are out tonight, so I've got the house to myself, so I'm going to enjoy a nice quiet evening in front of the TV. I think I've got what's the film Gravity? Apparently that's quite good. I'm going to watch that tonight. Might have a little glass of wine and maybe a little snack as well. But anyway, I hope you have a really good weekend. Any questions about that, or if you give it a go and you're not sure about it, or you want some other hints or help or tips, then just let me know. And before I go, just very quickly, the self-hypnosis video tutorials are well underway now, nearly ready with those, so they'll be coming to you soon. As I said, they're going to be really cheap. It doesn't mean they're not effective, they are very effective, and in fact it's better than just self-hypnosis, because I also teach you how to write a proper affirmation which actually gets results. But I said at the start I'll make it really affordable because I want to sell as many as I can, as cheaply as I can. I'm not going to get rich from it, but it's a way of me giving you something so you can see that you can change things and that you can actually do things. And then after that, if you want to come and see me, that's brilliant. Hopefully you won't need to. I'm doing myself out of a job here, which is ridiculous, but I just get so excited by hearing the feedback about the results people get that I just can't help myself. So anyway, I'm going to talk myself out of a job, so I better shut up. As I say, have a good weekend, and any questions or queries, drop me a line, and don't forget to like the page, watch me on YouTube. I'm all over the bloody place, to be honest. Oh, there goes one. I did it. See, I've done it again. Anyway, okay, I'm going to stop now. I'll speak to you later. Take care. Bye-bye. And I can't find the off button. There you go. Off. Bye. No, maybe not.